Hello, everyone. My name is Adriana, and I come to you from Black Travelers International. Thank you guys so much for joining because today we will be talking about our trip to London and Paris this September of 2026. So let's jump right on in. So, a little bit about Black Travelers International if you are new to us. We are a woman-owned group travel company, and we were founded in 2021. We're based here in Atlanta, Georgia. And since 2021, we've been to over 25 destinations all across the world. We have people from all different continents that join us in our destination. And we have people that join us from Australia, Africa, Europe, and the US, as well as the Caribbean and more. And we are licensed and fully insured. So, a little bit about London and Paris. There, you'll experience the timeless elegance and cultural richness of England and France as you journey through two of Europe's most iconic cities, London and Paris. In London, explore a city where centuries of history meet modern sophistication, from the grandeur of Buckingham Palace and the Tower of London to the vibrant streets filled with art, music, and culture. Then continue to Paris, a city synonymous with romance and refinement. Discover world-class museums and galleries. Scroll through the scene and savor exquisite French cuisine. Together, London and Paris offer an unforgettable blend of heritage, beauty, and cosmopolitan charm. So you may ask, why London and Paris? There, you'll get the historic landmarks and cultural heritage of both London and Paris. You'll experience world-class art, fashion, and cuisine. There is that romantic atmosphere and timeless beauty that we know of for both of those countries, both of those cities, and as well a blend of tradition and modern sophistication. We will be there September 16th, 2026 to September 23rd, 2026. So our accommodations include an 8-day hotel stay total, 3 nights in the hotel tower or similar, 4 nights in the hotel Phileas, Lazaire, and Spa or similar. So it is a 7-night, 8-day hotel stay. And then there we'll also have daily breakfast and 2 dinners. Some of our highlights include a dinner cruise. That is the Seine dinner cruise under lights. That's where you'll see Paris's most luminous glide through the bridges during at night a river dinner cruise. We do have an optional excursion, and that is the Black Paris Heritage Walk, where you can choose to explore Paris through Black eyes, such as visiting Josephine Baker's addresses, as well as the Place des Trois Dumas, and more. You'll be able to take a historic London walking tour where you can explore Big Ben, Buckingham Palace, and more. And those are on a guided tour. And then you'll also be able to, once we head over to Paris, we do have a highlights tour where we begin in Montmartre and we'll wander to the Louvre Museum. We'll visit the Eiffel Tower. You can take lots of photos. It is a very beautiful trip as far as that tour. Some more of our highlights include a free day. So you can maybe climb the steps to the top of the Eiffel Tower, or you can visit the Louvre Museum. And like I mentioned, that is something that you can take part in on your free day. You can really dive more in depth than when we visit on our Paris highlights tour. And then we will take a tasting stroll through the market. Hold on just one moment for me. We have the Borough Market Tasting Stroll, where you'll be able to sample some little bites in London. There, it will be a train transfer that's via Eurostar from London to Paris. We'll also we'll be able to visit Disneyland Paris Day. This is a full day experience. And then another highlight is we'll be able to learn the secrets of making the perfect baguette and croissants, and that is an optional excursion. I don't know about you, but I love doing a cooking class on any destination that I do visit outside of the US, where we reside. So that is always a nice add-on, and that one is an optional excursion as well. So let's talk about what's included. That is your 8-day, 7-night hotel accommodations, and that's in London and Paris. It includes your transfer for all of the tours in an air-conditioned vehicle, your daily breakfast with 2 dinners, the dinner cruise, the scene dinner cruise, the optional Black Paris Heritage Walk, the historic London walking tour, the Paris highlights tour, the Borough Market tour with food tasting, the train transfer via Eurostar from London to Paris, the Disneyland Paris Day, and then of course on all of our tours we do include have a English speaking tour guide. Some of the things that are not included are any of the meals that we did not mention on this in the highlights, any alcoholic beverages, any personal expenses for souvenirs or anything extra that you wanted to purchase perhaps at the Borough Market, any required COVID testing and immunization costs, the traveler's insurance, gratuity, cost for any additional excursions not included in the package. For example, the cooking class is an optional excursion. The flights, international or domestic from to and from your home country, as well as airport transfers are not included on this tour. However, we can arrange for transfers for you to and from the airport at an additional cost. Some of the optional excursions, as we mentioned, was the Black Paris tour and that cooking class. We will be departing at the Heathrow Airport. That airport code is LHR. And then we'll be leaving out of the Paris Charles de Gaulle Airport. That airport code is CDG. So we'll be leaving, when you're flying in, you'll be flying into England and then leaving France. So we'll be arriving, our tour will start in London and our tour will end in Paris. So when you're booking your flight, please make sure that you are arriving in London and leaving out of Paris on the end of the tour. So let's talk Paris. And oh my goodness, look at all of the beautiful croissants. All right, so let's talk pricing. This is a land-only, no airfare package. First, single occupancy, it's $59.75 per person. For double occupancy, it's $48.75 per person. Your deposit and final payment amount is based on the payment plan that you select at checkout. All of your booking can be completed directly on our website. And then all of our trips are non-refundable and non-transferable. You can read our terms and conditions as well as our travel waiver on our website as well. We do recommend to all of our travelers to purchase cancel for any reason travel insurance to protect your investment. But please make sure that your insurance is purchased within just a few days of making your first deposit on the trip. Excuse me. Payments will be deducted automatically based on the method of payment that you use for your deposit. You are able to log into our portal at any moment to be able to update the card or change the card for payment. And you're able to make partial payments at any time before final payment is due, but please make sure that you read our disclosures very carefully. You can add on any optional excursion to your booking at a later date, as long as it is before the final payment due date, and itineraries are delivered to our travelers 30 to 60 days before the trip departs. And on that itinerary, it will be our finalized itinerary, so it'll have the days and the times of when we're doing all of the activities mentioned in the highlights. Email is our main communication channel. That is where we will provide any official updates, confirmations, trip details, Zoom call information, packing guidance, payment details, any optional excursions that we may add on at the end, or maybe potentially before we leave, or before the final payment due date. We'll update, we'll have all those updates via email. So we may add on potentially anything, any additional excursions. And so we'll send, for example, we'll send that via email. So please make sure that you whitelist us from your on your email so that you're able to obtain our emails, because you are responsible for staying up to date with your email, making sure that you're regularly opening the emails that we send, because like I said, you don't want to miss out on any excursions that we may add or any changes to the itinerary before your trip. Again, we'll be there September 16th to September 23rd of 2026. So we have a special perk of Black Travelers International, and that is our membership. You'll unlock a travel savings of a $200 credit for any one trip per calendar year. So you would join our membership first, and then you will get a promo code for $200 off for a future booking. It is not, it cannot be used for any past booking. So if you are, after this information session, you're like, I am ready to go to London and Paris, you can become a member directly on our website, and then we will send you a code for you to be able to put in on your booking page to go and book your trip. You can also unlock points or credits that you can earn for every booking or referral redeemable for future travel. You also unlock a $100 credit to be used for a future trip for each referral that successfully completes a booking, as well as member-only promos for add-ons and options. So we do have special promos for people that are a part of our newsletter where you're able to hear about those promos first. But we have additional promos for people who are a part of our membership. So how it works is you become a member by going on our website, blacktravelersinternational.com, and then you will choose your destination. You'll get a promo code and then pack your bags because your adventure will begin. And the cost for our membership is $149 a year. Do we have any questions? Feel free to take yourself off mute, or you can put your question in the chat.
Hi, this is Abena Yolanda. Thank you for the presentation and the information.
You're most welcome. Hi there.
Hi. How often do you, I guess, repeat trips? I am interested in going to London and Paris, but I cannot. I have some other trips planned for this year. So how often do you repeat trips like going back?
It kind of just depends on interest of our audience. And so I would check the our website for our 2027 trips to
Okay.
see if we'll be repeating it then, or even 2028.
Okay. Thank you.
You're most welcome.
Hi, this is Faith. How are
Hi
you?
there. I'm great. How are you, Faith?
I am great here in Virginia.
Hello.
So, I have a question. I got on a little late because I was on the other one, and I got
Yeah,
a message that said the rest of them were canceled. I got an email. So,
sorry about that.
but then I said, let me just try because I really want to hear about the Paris London trip.
I'm happy you
So,
joined. Thank you.
yes. So, question for you. I
Yeah.
don't know if you covered this previously. But
Mhm.
on this trip, will there be any Afrocentric kind of things that we will do while we're in Paris or London?
Yeah, so let me go back to our highlights for you really quick. I'm not sure if you came in.
No, I came in late,
Okay, okay,
and I
not a problem.
apologize to everybody else.
No, you're fine, you're fine. All right, so we'll actually go back if no one else minds, we'll just go over these two slides. So our accommodations is a 8-day, 7-night hotel accommodations, 3 nights in London, 4 nights in Paris. And then we will have an optional Black Paris heritage tour, and that'll be in Paris. And
Okay,
so that is an optional tour, but that is more of the um, Afro connection that you're looking for.
right. Okay,
Yes,
great.
yes, yes.
Thank you.
You are most welcome. You're most welcome. And then we do have a few more highlights here as well. If you wanted to take a look at that, Faith, while I answer a couple more questions, but I'll leave it on this slide. I'll actually leave it on the first slide if you wanted to take a read here. And then in a couple of, in a minute or two, I'll go over to the next slide so that you can grab those highlights. We have a question from Tanisha in the chat. Are we departing from
Um,
London or
I
Paris?
I didn't I
Oh,
didn't see anything. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
yeah,
I'm
no
sorry.
problem.
I didn't see when you put up the highlights on the screen. I
Yeah.
didn't see anything on my screen. Like you were
Um,
sharing your screen or what were
yeah.
you?
Can you see my screen now?
No.
No? Okay, let me stop sharing and then I will share again, okay?
Okay. And I apologize to the rest of the group.
No worries. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay.
Is
Oh,
everyone
there.
able to see now?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So I'll leave it on this slide for about 2 minutes while I answer the next question and then I'll go over to the next slide, okay?
All right. Thank
All
you.
right. You're most welcome. Thank you guys so much for your patience. All right, we have a question from Tanisha. Are we departing from London or Paris? So we are departing from Paris. So you'll fly into London and out of Paris.
Hi,
And
this is
hi, Joy.
hi. I was wondering about tipping with, for like
Mhm,
the maid service and meals.
mhm.
Do we need to do that in euro? Or
I do recommend getting euros. Yes. So I do whenever I travel, and this is just a personal experience. Some people like to just use a credit card. I do like to both use a credit card as well as getting euros as well. It's really up to you as far as how much cash you want to bring on you in order to tip. Um, but tip when I went to Europe, I just used a credit card and I was able to tip on my credit card.
for like maid service and for your meals?
Yes.
Uh,
But it's a great idea to bring to have euros as well. And depending on your bank may be able to provide some euros before you leave as well. So check with your bank, your banking institution, and see if they have euros in house, and they may be able to change over those before you leave.
okay, thank you. And is our luggage going to be checked when we go from London to Paris, or do we have it with us?
So it'll be on the train. So it'll be a train ride from London to Paris. So it won't be checked. It'll be on the I'm not sure if you're familiar with like Amtrak, for example, in the States. I'm not sure if you're in the States, but on any most train rides, there'll be there's usually like an overhead compartment.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And if your bag is too heavy for the overhead compartment, sometimes there are compartments that are nearby that has where you'll just kind of slide it into that area. But it won't be checked like a flight, like because we're just taking a train ride. So it'll be with you on train, but not usually next to you, depending on how big your luggage is. So if you have, for example, a carry-on and a personal item, your carry-on will go overhead, and then your personal item can stay with you. And then the if you have a big check luggage, then you'll keep that in the compartment. Some trains do have an outside compartment, and some of them have an inside compartment.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Tanisha asked if it's two flights. So you would do two one-way flights. So you'll do a one-way flight from your home country to London, and then a one-way flight from Paris to your home country. So it wouldn't be a round trip, it'll be two one-ways. And then the free day, you're asking if the free day is in London or Paris. Let me head back to our highlights really quickly. So our free day is in Paris. Our free day is in Paris. So we do have 3 days in 3 nights in London and then 4 nights in Paris. One of those days in Paris is going to be your free day. So then you'll have 3 days in London that are guided tours, and then you'll have 3 days in Paris that are guided tours, and then one free day. Great questions.
I'm just curious,
Yeah.
because I've been to Paris and London, and I'm really trying to find a very um, Afrocentric tour
Mm-hmm.
of Paris or London.
Right.
Have you guys ever thought about doing that? Um, I'm just curious because I've been searching,
Yeah.
and I really want to understand the role that African Americans played after World War One in the
Mhm.
development and the culture of Paris. So,
Yeah.
have you guys thought about that?
It really depends on the requests of our audience. So, and kind of a need, I would say. So or I won't say need, I'll say interest. So we haven't had anyone that has presented that before. We do like to fit in more of the Afro culture into our tours. So that's why we have the Black Paris Day that we'll be visiting, and that'll be the optional tour. But we haven't had more than that. So not to say that we aren't considering it, it's just based on availability, tour guides that are available to do, and what that would look like to put together.
So, just a suggestion:
Yeah, we love suggestions.
a survey to
Hmm.
find out the interests. Because I know 10 girlfriends right now that would love to do this
I
if it
love
was
that.
very all Afrocentric.
Right.
A lot of us have been to Paris, we've
Yeah.
been to London,
Right.
and we've seen all of the so-called sites,
Hmm.
but we're really interested in finding out our role in the development of European culture and our
Right.
influence.
Right.
So because I have a just my little cronies. I call them cronies,
Yeah.
just my girlfriends.
Hmm.
So maybe a survey to send out to just the your membership.
Yeah.
I'm new to tapping into you. I haven't joined or anything. I
Hmm.
plan to, because I see some wonderful trips.
Oh, thank
And then I inquired about whether or not my husband, because he's like, "Ooh, looks like a nice trip."
you.
I said,
Uh-huh.
"Well, they say this is like women and and he was like, "Well, I don't, I don't care." And I
Yeah.
said, "Well, let me just ask, just to
Yeah.
make sure if it's okay." So
Yeah.
I got the feedback that it was okay for him to travel as well.
Yes. Yes.
So we're just kind of exploring different travel groups,
Yeah.
and so if there's potentially a survey that we can do. And I know I'll put down that I want to do it because I'm suggesting it.
Right, right, right.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, so a survey is a great idea. We actually have, after each of our trips, we actually do provide a survey to our travelers about how they think the trip went, any recommendations, suggestions, things that they may have wanted to see, things that, maybe they didn't care for, things like that. That's how we really are able to tap in because we have quite a few travelers that travel with us. So we actually do a survey right after, and that does help us with determining if we're going to have this trip again, if there's something we need to change, something we need to include, take out, things like that. And we actually haven't had a whole lot of people. I haven't seen all of our surveys, but we haven't had people that have actually suggested this. So we have had a little bit of questions, which is why we did include this part into the tour, but it's not a question that we actually get really often about including a Afro cultural part to the trip. But we
Yeah,
will
because
definitely take
yeah,
that into consideration for sure. If you would like to send us an email with that recommendation, we can add that to our suggestions from our previous tours.
okay, great. Because,
Yeah.
I guess when you're curating your trips or trying to
Mhm.
make the decisions about the trip, it's like, okay, so how do you decide where, okay, we're going to Paris. Why are we going to Paris?
Right.
And so as you curate those things,
Hmm.
it's like, how do you determine what people may or may not want to see and be a
Right.
part of, kind of
Right.
thing. But you're right. I like that suggestion. I'll put it in the email and
Perfect.
send it in. But thank you so
Perfect.
much. You have been
You're very welcome.
phenomenal. Thank
Oh,
you so
thank you
much.
so much. Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you. Yes, we take all of our suggestions to heart, and that's really honestly what helps us determine where we're going for our trips. We listen to our audience and where the interest is. So absolutely send us that email. It'll be support@blacktravellersint.com. I'll put that in the chat. So, and I will put that in there. And if anyone wanted to take this down as well. Okay, support@blacktravellersint.com. So I put in the chat. So thank you so much for that suggestion. Absolutely. Thank you. All right, we have another question from Tanisha about the Disneyland Paris, if that is included. It is not an optional excursion. It is a part of the tour. So I will go to the next page here of the list of all of the things that are included, and the Disneyland Paris Day is included. So I know Faith, you joined a little bit late. If you wanted to take a look at this page as well, as far as what's included, then you'll be able to see more of what's included. And then Tanisha, the Disneyland Paris Day is included.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. So the last thing I do want to share is our website. And I know that we had a question about if this trip will be repeated. So I would like to take a look at our website to show you where you would be able to see any trips that are repeated for 2026 versus 2027 and 2028. This trip is almost sold out, so I would say if you're interested in this trip, feel free to join. Hotels, I'm sorry, flights. You can start looking at flights as well. We try to tell people, start looking as soon as you book your flight, as soon as you book your trip with us. But I would like to show you our website so that you can see exactly how to book all of this information that's listed. So if there's something that you may have missed and you would like to just dive a little bit more into more of our highlights, more of what's included, and some more details such as travel insurance and things like that. That's actually listed on our website as well. So I'm going to stop sharing this screen. And I'm going to share.
I'm sorry. Which one did you say was almost already sold out?
This one is almost sold out.
Thank you.
Hold on one moment. Hold on just a moment for me.
Love your glasses, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. The clear makes it easy to match. Alrighty, let's. All right, perfect. Are we able to see? Can I get a thumbs up if you're able to see? All right, perfect. Thank you so much. All right, so at the very top of the page here, you'll see ways that you can stay in contact with us. We have our Instagram, YouTube, our email, which will just, if you click on this, it'll open up a new email in your email browser, our Facebook page, as well as our TikTok and Pinterest. And then here is our main page here, which will have some information about Black Travelers International, how you can sign up for updates with us. And then up here, I'm going to go back to the top when I'm going to show you our group trips where you can filter by region or you can filter by year. I like to go to all tours, group trips by year, all tours, because that way you can kind of see a great highlight of all of them. And then, so here you'll see our trip to London and Paris for September 16th to the 23rd of 2026. And then if you wanted to sort for 2027 tours, and we'll be able to take a look here at all of our 2027 tours. And we do have a trip for 2027 for London and Paris, and that'll be in May. So you're in luck.
Yep.
Great. And let me just check one more thing for 2027 or 2028 rather. Okay, so we are still building out 2028. So as of right now, we have London and Paris for 2026 and 2027. But if you are interested in any of our tours for 2028, we are still building out those as well. But if you go back to our by region, I'm going to go to Europe tours. And then you could just filter by the Europe tours here. And I'm going to click on the London and Paris for 2026. And here you'll be able to see all of the highlights that we discussed here. And then additional trip details. For example, it shows that we are arriving at in London and leaving out of France. I'm sorry, arriving in London, departing out of Paris, France. And then here we have our terms and conditions, which is available via a link, some information about travel insurance and some of the providers that we recommend, information about payment plan options, roommate matching, any travel requirements for London and Paris. And then we do have some FAQs listed here as well. And then here you will click on this blue link to book now. So once you click here, it will open in another tab for you to be able to book directly through our booking portal. So here you'll select double or single occupancy. I'm going to select double. I have a match. And then here it's going to give you the total as well as if you want to do one payment. The amount for today is your deposit, and then the next payment will come out on in a month for the remainder, or you can pay in full. And then we do have the option for an airport transfer that you'll have here. And then we will have, as we get a little bit closer to the trip, we'll have the cost of the the additional add-on, the excursion, and you can pay that if you choose that you want to do the Black Paris tour, and that will be available as we get a little bit closer to the trip. Um, Here you'll be able to check put in your information for checkout. Please make sure that you read our terms and conditions as well as the information for our travel insurance as well as our travel waiver. And then once you put in your card information, you can place your order and your trip begins. Because you know the vacation really starts once the trip is booked, right? And then also if you wanted to do a single occupancy, it will just change the rate to $59.75 for a single payment and then the one payment. And just to confirm, the one payment is your deposit and then one payment, one final payment. Do we have any questions about anything I may have showed you today? And this can be found on our website at blacktravellersint.com.
I just want to say I'm really impressed. Like I said, this is my first time. So here, I'm very impressed with the curation of the different types of trips
Oh, thank you.
and different parts of the country and the world. And so I'm really looking forward to other opportunities to visit different parts of the world because
Wonderful.
sometimes as people we are okay. I would love to go to Thailand, but I don't know where to start.
Yeah.
Or I want to go to Bali, but I don't know where to start. And
Yep.
so sometimes you need like a curated kind of tour.
Right.
And then if you want to go back and do it on your own, you can. But
Yep.
but at least you get some highlights and
Right.
know what you want to do and what you don't want to do. So,
Absolutely.
so thank you so much.
You're
Yeah.
most welcome. Thank you, thank you. It's very important um to us that, we're traveling to different parts of the country, different parts of the world. And I say the country because we do have domestic trips as well in the US, but all over the world with people that look like us. So that's very important to us. And we do have, our trips that with Black Travelers International that are designed for women, but we do have, like I mentioned before, that we do have men that travel with us as well. We have couples that join us. We have solo travelers that join us as well. And the biggest part that they find that's the easiest is that everything's planned for them. But we also give you that autonomy to be able to explore on your own with that free day. So most of our trips do incorporate a free day as well, especially when you're going, over to a country that's, 9 hours, 16 hours away. Thailand is a whole day of a travel day. I did a straight flight to Thailand, so that was an experience. But going over to many different countries all over the world and having a experience that is designed for you by people that look like you. So that's very important for us at Black Travelers International. So I do thank you for your for the compliment and thank you, Tanisha. Tanisha says she appreciates the free days, including in the itinerary. Sometimes you need that downtime. You need People use the free day as a day to just relax. Um, some people use the free day so that they can explore on their own. We do have, the highlights for the popular activities that people want to do. I'll say popular activities that people want to do when they go to these countries. But obviously it's not something that we're not going to touch base on everything, right? So that free day is really built in for you to be able to either relax or and keep it a slow kind of day, or for you to be able to hit those parts of your trip that maybe we didn't hit because only so many things we can do in 8 days, right? When we're visiting two different countries. So hopefully we were able to answer all of your guys' questions. If you guys think of anything outside of this call, feel free to send us an email. Feel free to give us a call. Our email is listed here, is going to be here. You can just click on our website, and it'll take you directly to your email, or you can grab the email out of the chat. Our support line is here at the top of the page as well, this 1-888 number, and someone from our support team will be able to assist. So if you think of anything after the fact, feel free to give us a call or email. Do you
Well,
have any
you
questions?
have been extraordinarily
Oh,
fantastic.
thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you so much. The
Oh,
information
my
is
pleasure.
just priceless. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. And I know that it is late on a Sunday evening, so I thank you guys so much for taking the time out to spend the evening with us and learn more about our trip to London and Paris. We hope to see you guys there. I hope you
Thank
guys have a great evening.
you too.
You too.
Thank you guys
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye
Okay.
bye.
Bye-bye.